John Dodson vs. Pedro Munhoz scratched from UFC Belem. UFC officials have announced that a planned bantamweight contest between John Dodson and Pedro Munhoz will not take place at Saturday's UFC Fight Night 125 event. After Pedro Munhoz missed weight by 4 pounds for his UFC Belem bout against John Dodson, UFC officials have pulled the fight from Saturday night's event. An official statement read, UFC Fight Night 125 takes place Saturday at Mangueirinho Gymnasium in Belem, Pará, Brazil. The card airs on FS1 following early prelims on UFC Fight Pass. The Dodson vs. Munhoz contest was expected to serve as the night's co-main event, with the removal, a bantamweight matchup between Douglas de Andrade, 24-2 MMA, 2-2 UFC, and Marlon Vera, the 1st of April 10 MMA, 4-3 UFC, has been promoted to the evening's main card. As MMAjunkie previously reported, Munhoz was 140 pounds at this morning's official weigh-ins, while Dodson didn't bother with the traditional 1 pound allowance, registering 135 pounds. Dodson was set to receive 20% of Munhoz's contracted show money, as well as 20% of his opponent's win money as well, should the young Punisher have proven victorious. Dodson, however, opted not to take the fight under the circumstances. He came in 5 pounds overweight, Dodson said, according to MMAweekly.com. Originally, they told me he was 3 pounds over, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt and said, oh, he's 139. They said he's more like 140 point something. I'm guessing he's in the ballpark figure around 141. He's not bantamweight now, he's a featherweight first. Second, I made all the sacrifices and did my job to make weight, and he chose not to. The situation felt all too familiar to Dodson. At UFC Fight Night 96 in 2016, John Lineker came in heavy for their headliner, but Dodson opted to take the fight at a catch weight. Dodson went on to lose a tough split decision, and with this being the final fight on his current UFC contract, he wasn't willing to risk a negative result against someone 5 pounds heavier than him. I did that with Lineker. Lineker came in overweight, and I was being a good company man. I'm just going to go ahead and fight him, do what I have to do, and just be excited about being the main event, Dodson said. Lineker came over heavy. I clearly outstruck the man, but I came away with a loss, and I got screwed. So I wasn't rolling the dice on that for a second time. With the change to the card, UFC Fight Night 125 now includes main card, FS1, 10 p.m. ET. Lyoto Machida vs. Eric Anders. Priscilla Cachoeira vs. Valentina Shevchenko. Desmond Green vs. Michelle Prazeres. Marcelo Golm vs. Timothy Johnson. Douglas de Andrade vs. Marlon Vera. Thiago Moreta Santos vs. Anthony Smith. Preliminary card, FS1, 8 p.m. ET. Tim Means vs. Sergio Moraes. Damir Hadzovic vs. Alan Patrick. Polyana Viana vs. Maya Stevenson. Iuri Alcantara vs. Joe Soto. Preliminary card, UFC Fight Pass, 7:30 p.m. ET. Davison Figueiredo vs. Joseph Morales.